What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Tom Talks Rubbish, and today I'm back with another AEW Dynamite review. This time, reviewing the first show on TBS that took place last night. Overall, guys, I thought this was a very good show. Very much enjoyed all the title matches and the angles that took place. Only thing I really didn't like was the Chris Jericho, Eddie Kingston stuff, but I am happy to wait and see where that goes. So we kicked off the show with the AEW title match. Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page. As you guys know, did I review their first match? I think I did. I can't remember. As you guys know, I loved their first match. And this match held up for me. I saw a lot of people online saying this match wasn't as good because it didn't have as much story. But I disagree. I think the fact that both men bled really added to this match because you don't see blood in title matches as much anymore. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this. So we kicked off the match with some chain wrestling and Bryan Danielson getting the upper hand in that regard, and eventually Hangman started using his power to overwhelm Bryan Danielson, but continued to also take risks that Bryan Danielson would capitalize on. And then towards the end of the match, we would see Bryan Danielson basically using every maneuver that he used to beat the Dark Order to try and beat Hangman. So he, at one point, locked him in a leg lock, which defeated Alan Angels. A label lock, which defeated Colt Cabana. He used a running knee, which I think defeated John Silver. And the Danielson stomps, which would defeat Evil Uno. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. And then towards the end of the match, finally, Bryan Danielson, who has hit a pile driver, is going for a second one. Hangman Page counters it into a Deadeye, buckshot lariat, 3-2-1. 1. He wins the match. I really enjoyed the fact that we also had judges at ringside, which was Paul White, Mark Henry, and Jerry Lynn. Sorry, guys, I couldn't see that in my notes for a second. But yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that they were at ringside. It felt like it added a lot to the match. And yeah, overall, really enjoyed this match. Next, we had what was more of a segment than a match, but advertised it was MJF versus the captain, Shawn Dean. And essentially, before this match can start, Punk's music hits, CM Punk's music hits, MJF runs away, and in the ring, CM Punk then shakes Shawn Dean's hand and hits him with a go to sleep. Therefore, as the match has already started, MJF gets a loss and starts off with a losing record of 0-1 to kick off 2022, as the rankings and win-loss records in AEW have reset at this point. And then we get a promo back and forth between MJF and CM Punk, where essentially they were saying Punk encouraged MJF to go to the big time, to go to WWE, but he called it something else in his promo, which I can't remember right now. But in a few years, he'll be main eventing a 4-night buy one get one free show, and then he'll be released a few weeks later, which I popped for as a bit of a wrestling mark, but found that funny overall. And then towards the end of the segment, we think MJF is going to say, "You guys want the match? Fine, we'll do it." But he bait and switches us, and we're getting Wardlow versus CM Punk next week. Fun show, I think. Fun match that will be, I think. Then we had a Chris Jericho promo where he basically said he didn't help Eddie Kingston last week. All he wanted to do was kick 2.0's ass. And that leads to them coming out and saying, now that you're on your own, we're going to kick your ass. But before they can, Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston come out, and that ends in a big brawl. So on Dynamite, on Rampage this week, we are getting a no holds barred match, 6-man match between Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz versus Proud and Power versus 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. The next match was Wardlow versus Antonio Sampson. I think that was his name. I do apologise if I got that wrong, guys. And basically, this match is how every Wardlow match has been going lately. 4 power bombs. Sean Spears, who's with him at ringside, was like, finish it, because he attacked him beforehand and just told him to take the easy win. But Wardlow hit 5 power bombs, should I say, and got the win. Yeah, fun. We then had the TBS final. The TBS Championship final between Jade Cargill and Ruby Soho. And essentially this match was a test, strength versus speed. But you had the added bonus of Ruby Soho, because of everything she's been through in the tournament, having an injured shoulder, which I thought was awesome. And I really felt like that added to the match in some ways. So Jade Cargill was using her power, throwing Soho around, throwing her into barricades, injuring her shoulder. And yeah, I think that was a lot of fun. I do think, and then towards the end of the match, the finish is Ruby's countered 1 glam slam. They've ended up fighting on the top rope. Jade Cargill hits a second one from the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. Really enjoyed this. And then, but one thing I forgot to mention was towards the middle of the match, we would see Mercedes Martinez, who made her debut, try and come out to help Jade Cargill, but be run away by Thunder Rosa, who she cost a spot in the tournament. Which I like that story. I'm excited to see that match further down the line. It'll be fun. We then would see Malachi Black versus Bryan Pillman Jr. And to be honest, guys, without going too much into detail, this match ended how all Malachi Black matches end right now. His opponent gets some stuff in, and then eventually, towards the end, Malachi hits Pillman Jr. with the Black Mass for the 1, 2, 3. Fun, but I do feel like now Malachi needs now that the Cody feud's seemingly over, it's now got to the point where he needs a story again, like just Black Massing people and spitting green stuff in their face is cool, but it's getting to the point now where it's like, I want to see some cool vignettes from him again. I want him to do some cool promos about why he's targeting these people. But overall, this was fun. And then that led to our main event, which was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus Jurassic Express versus the Lucha Bros for the Tag Team Championship. Overall, guys, this match was exactly what you would expect. It was the Lucha Bros using their speed and cunningness with the masks to take on Luchasaurus's power and Jungle Boy's speed. And towards the end of the match, we would see Luchasaurus hit a choke slam. Jungle Boy hit the walking maneuver he does, which is a walking on the ropes, Hurricane Rana, and a Canadian Destroyer, and then a kill switch in like tribute to Christian, who's at ringside with them and who has helped them get this match for the 1, 2, 3. And your new tag team champions are Jurassic Express. Overall, guys, really enjoyed this show. Sorry this review's been a bit rambly. By the way, guys, if you're wondering why I'm wearing headphones, got a new microphone, gonna test how it worked for this review, and if it doesn't work, we won't use it again. If you guys like this, please like, share, and subscribe to Last Fan Standing. Show us some love in the comments, share it around, help the channel grow, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.